let me just say there was some godlike passes in this quarter. Um, Both to Levine and similar plays. But and Zoe Caruso, I don't know. It's like, and let me go ahead and say this because I've not put this out on the record, but I've been thinking this since preseason. Caruso to me is an NBA street ball player. He got like all the NBA like if you've ever seen the and one mixtape stuff, he got like all the and one passing, and so he plays like he's on the street ball court in the post. Like you sit there, he does a he fakes like okay, then behind back, cut to Zach Levine, bam, easy two. And then if you go back to my video about passing skill versus like assist getting, remember when I said there's a difference, like basically passing transfers and carries, but assists don't always transfer over from team to team. That's an example. What Zoe did to thread that needle and to get it to Zach in motion was just brilliant passing. That's just his savant level passing skill on display. Speaking of which, that particular play has happened several times where it's like Zach's in the corner, Zoe's right there on the perimeter. It's like, all right, love the defense to sleep real quick. Zach burst, boom, pass. It seems like those two have that. To me, okay, the Zoe Zion alley oop is like this, except it's with Zach Levine's bursting speed and cutting. Brilliant to watch. Bulls are down to it's 51-55. Look, there's a lot of things to take away from this. First off, Fournier got 2 threes the last minute or so of the game. I'm going to talk about Julius Randle in a second, but that second one, and I had to pause it to go back and look at it because I was trying to figure out why wasn't there anyone on him, and I figured out what it was. Everybody collapsed on into the paint. Zach did too. What Zach should have done is he should have noticed that DeRozan had already rotated. I can't speak. DeRozan already rotated down to help. What should have happened is he should have split the difference and played Fournier and I can't remember who he was on at the time, but he should have split the difference and played them both, and then that way he could have been there in time to rotate and prevent that from happening. Didn't happen, and maybe. I mean, he didn't have his back there, so he didn't see, but he saw DeRozan, so he should have instantly thought, okay, I need to, split the difference here, or at least call it out. Hey, Fournier's, open or something. The play before that, when he got open, was just Julius Randle seeing the creases in the defense just passing in the post. And I'll admit, I had not watched a super ton of Julius Randle film. I knew his passing had improved because I think he averaged 7 last year. But some of the plays I've seen him make as far as like finding the bends in the defense have been stunning. Like just zipping the ball where like there's all this space and just getting into a shooter's pocket. He has done a phenomenal job developing into a player. And the fact that they can use him as like the pivot, the fulcrum of the offense tells you how they feel about him and his skill level. Outside of that, look, man, same issues that's been going on. But let me put this on the record now too. This team's defense, particularly off-ball defense, sucks. With 2 players, Zach Levine and DeMar DeRozan. I'm watching these two get straight up murdered out here without the ball. They're not making the proper rotations. and I know people were talking about Zach is sleeping on defense when he's ball watching. They both do it, but DeRozan just sit there and do it more like I ain't got nothing else to do. Zach seems like he's like engaged in the play, but visually, and he just kind of needs to snap out of it. DeRozan just be sitting there like, if ain't no action going on, I'm chilling. And I've seen them getting blown up. They've been blowing up this defense primarily because of these two's off-ball defense. And even Vooch is having he's got to do work out there too, and he's helping because a lot of the action is running into the paint. By the way, Knicks are getting into the paint. Bulls are not. Continuing theme. I pretty much don't have to watch the rest of the game to know why the hell we lost this game. They got into the paint. We didn't. We're settling for jump shots instead of touching down in that paint. Now, Lonzo got into the paint and got fouled. Excellent. Almost lost his dribble, but he got into the paint. Dribble, got into crossover into the paint, bam. We needed more of that. He missed the second free throw, but still, he got there. Good on him. But look, man, this is ridiculous. Also, let me say this. There was another reason I said they would end up losing this game. It has something to do with what I just said. I said in my other video about why they would lose. DeRozan can't defend. Well, I didn't say it in the video, I think, but I did say this. I've been saying this online, at least for the past couple months. DeMar DeRozan is going to give up 20 points to R.J. Barrett. Now, I don't know if he gave up 20 points this game, but that nigga can't guard. Like, he can't keep anybody in front of him. And so, even if you manage to shut down Julius Randle, they're still going to get Kemba, and they're still going to get R.J. And I'm saying this to be as frank about this as possible. Pat Will, I had no expectation of him being able to stop Julius Randle. And surprisingly, Julius Randle is not scoring as well as you would think. But I always factored in one of those guys is going to get off between Kemba, RJ, and Julius. One of them was going to get off. What I didn't think was going to happen is Kemba was going to contribute like old Kemba. Julius may not have he didn't take a lot of shots anyway. He only took 13, I think, for the game. Julius is going to not take a whole bunch of shots, so it's not going to matter, but he's going to contribute in passing and rebounding, which I already knew they were going to out-rebound us. And then RJ, I didn't think that DeRozan, I think whatever DeRozan gave you, RJ was going to at least match. Because DeRozan can't guard anybody one-on-one. He's pathetic. He is pathetic. He is pathetic. And I've said this before. If his offensive game is not going, he is literally a waste of a roster spot out there. And it shows every time he's not contributing on offense. Because he's going to give up the points. And so for there to be value, he has to score. He got to. When he's sitting out there, he ain't scoring. He's giving up points on defense. At least it's not. At least you can say it's neutral, or he has a slight advantage. Okay. When the defense ain't there, and the offense ain't there, free cookies, free money. And honestly, let me keep this real. I would not put him. If he's gonna play like that, I would either put him on small ball fours or two guards. Because he can't guard wings. He's not going to be able to guard them. They're going to crush him. And at least if I could put him on a small ball four, they're not going to be too fast for him. And if they're going to try to go like strength for strength, I think he can at least hold his own in the post so somebody can help him. But if he got to face guard someone, no way. No fucking way. No way. And at least if he's getting beat by, say, a shooting guard, I trust that someone can rotate enough to cover for him, and it won't be as bad. But, bro, this is pathetic. This is pathetic. Let me also add this to the conversation, because I made sure I mentioned this all last year on Twitter, and this needs to be stated. Mitchell Robinson was not available for the Knicks last year. What a game changer he is on the defensive end because he is contesting shots and they are lobbing shit to him because of the dribble penetration and he's just like dunking over anybody, including Vooch. He has been a godsend for them in the paint because they can do a little bit more now. Now let's also talk about what they're doing on defense with the Knicks. And it was mentioned too by the guys, the analysts. They're blitzing Zach and DeRozan. And here's the thing. Okay, you get the ball out of their hands, now what? Nobody else is going to make a play. Zoe's not doing anything. Vooch ain't doing anything. And Pat Will ain't doing anything. If you got Cruz, they ain't doing anything. None of them are attacking enough. And one of the things that they mentioned, which I think is absolutely 100% correct, if they're going to do that, people need to cut. Cut. Punish them. Punish them for sending a double. If you're going to do that, Zoe cut to the rim. Caruso cut to the rim. You know, Zach, whoever they sent the extra man from, you cut to the rim. And force them to have to stay back and let your guys get one-on-one. But they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Like, to me, I'm looking at this shit. This is a winnable game. And I know people are going to say, okay, this is their first test. This ain't a test. This ain't a fucking test. If you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's a strawberry cow refresher from Starbucks. I'm trying to lay off of the Frappuccinos and go for a better, healthier option. I got strawberries and blueberries inside of it. I'm sorry, blackberries, not blueberries, blackberries. Pretty good. It's refreshing. It better be. It's called a refresher. But look, man. Like when I'm watching this, to me, and this would be a very good playoff series. And I seen some people last night, like Jason Maples posted about it, or tweeted about it. This would be a very good playoff series, and the league would love to have these two matched up because of the '90s battles, and it could be a throwback because they're both good now. I'm gonna tell you right now. 7-game series, Knicks winning. 7-game series, Knicks are winning. Because as it stands in the right now, doesn't mean that this won't change or flip. On a night-to-night basis, I cannot trust DeRozan and Zach LaVine consistently on defense. And Vooch is already... he's already going to be an issue. As you can see, that's another thing. I'm glad I said that. Remind me, I need to talk to y'all about something too. Those two are going to give up buckets. They're going to give it up. Intentional or not. Now, Zach one-on-one with you, he could stay in front of this man. He can guard somebody one-on-one. Off ball, no. If you get a team where they are intent on cutting, young teams, the Charlotte Hornets, Houston Rockets, maybe Ja Morant and the Grizzlies, even though he's a little bit different. Hell, even Golden State. You can't be sleeping on defense. You can't ball watch. You're going to get carved up. And that's what's going on here. And really, let me be honest, okay? I sit here and watch this game, and I'm watching this shit take place. This is what I want to say. We're losing this game, right? 55-51. Why the fuck we playing at their pace? Now, I get it. If you go look at the numbers, we're playing one of the slower paces in the league, which is frightening to think about because it's like this whole team was supposed to run. Why the fuck aren't we running? But the minute they started taking off running, they started breaking this game open. Game is too slow. And for the athletes that they got, they're not fast. If you take off running, that's it. Beat them with speed. They cannot keep up with you. We need pressure. We are not getting into them on defense. Meanwhile, they are getting into us. The rest let a lot of contact go in this game, which I like. I'm okay with that. But if we're going to have contact and the rest are going to let y'all have contact, get into them. Get into them. You guys have to use what you got. You can't leave Fournier open too far, so don't help too far off of him. RJ Barrett, fuck him. If RJ Barrett kill you, fine. Okay, if he kill you, fine. You just deal with it. Hell, if you have to, and I know I see Kenny, make Evan Fournier beat you, but pressure them. You did a good job on Julius, even though I think it's more that he just wasn't aggressive and the shot just wasn't falling. But this is unacceptable. Now, when it comes time to people talk about okay, where the Bulls rank, look, this is a winnable game. We're at least on their level, and for all intents and purposes, the Knicks were fifth seed last year. They got better, so at the very least, we are fifth seed level because we can keep up and play with a team like this. We only lost the game by one. Yes, I know I'm only in the second quarter, well, halftime. This is a winnable game. Winnable. It's just too many mistakes. Too many. And they didn't, like, to me, I feel like, all right, guys, Joe Kino and night, let's go out there and have a good hoorah. No. It's fixable stuff. But long term, look, and I've said this before, you got to get DeRozan. He ain't the answer. Okay? He ain't the answer. And Vooch is able to get his shots on Mitchell Robinson. But they're not bailing Vooch out when he's got Mitch out of the paint. Like when he's got mid post, high post, low post, and he's got Mitch on him. Cut. Somebody should be cutting. You got too many athletes. And this is where I don't like what Billy Donovan is doing with his athletes. Okay? Your two fastest players are your backcourt. I don't get why Zach and Zoe aren't getting cut actions so that they can get to the rim. Easy buckets, easy basketball, right? That's one thing. And then here's the other piece too. They keep running this dribble handoff curl action, and I don't see like what I see with Denver and Joker. Even if you fake the handoff, if you burst to the basket, he'll just toss it to you, and all you gotta do is just throw it in there. It happens all the time. Now, he did it one time here with Caruso, but I haven't seen that happen with Zach. I haven't seen that happen with Zoe. He damn near run that like every other play down there with Zoe. That's easy buckets to get Zoe involved. Zoe don't have to take all these threes, which, by the way, y'all are settling for jump shots and stuff. I know y'all are killing it. Y'all are one of the best jump shooting teams as far as percentage, even though you don't take a lot. And you're one of the best mid-range teams in the league, too. So I know you want to stick with that, but use the entire court. The Knicks don't have to guard the entire court with you. Sit Mitch in the paint. By the way, he got a 3-second violation for sitting in the fucking paint. Sit Mitch in the paint and just guard, blitz the two wings, Zach and DeRozan, and then just say, okay, make Pat Will beat us, make Zoe beat us. But they're not doing enough. It's ridiculous. Now this video is like, this one is 18 and a half. This definitely going to have to be its own individual one. Matter of fact, I think because of this one's length, I'm just going to upload each one individually. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the first one because I had uploaded it by the time I record this one, and then I'm uploading this one. And then by the end, I should have the third one done or finished and wrapped up. So see y'all in a little bit.